It's time for Sunrise with Jesus. Be sure to follow this podcast on iTunes, Google Play Music, Facebook, and YouTube. And now, be blessed by today's ride.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunrise with Jesus. It is Thursday, and it's a wonderful day to give God praise. It's a wonderful day just to wake up, smell the coffee, smell the roses, and just know that God is your Father. He loves you, He cares about you, and whatever you go through today is ordained by Him. And whatever He puts before you, you can handle it because He will never give you more than you can bear. And these are the promises that our loving God, our loving Father, wakes us up to every morning. He's so loving, He's so kind, and He's so caring. And I think about it all the time. He is God, and He could have chosen to be anything He wanted to be. But He chose to be this sweet, compassionate, loving, caring, kind God, and I love Him for that. So today we're going to be talking along the same lines that we were talking yesterday. Yesterday we talked about treadmills and how sometimes you go too fast and have to press a stop button, and how there's always a way of escape, and Jesus is the way of escape for us. So today we're going to be talking a little bit more about these treadmills and about the pace of our lives. If you missed yesterday's sunrise, or if you want to read more about today's sunrise, you can go to sunrisewithjesus.com and read all about it. You can read everything that we've ever written. We've been going on for a little bit more than a year, and it has been just word, it has been encouragement and life every single day. So today we're going to be talking about the pace of your life. Have you ever thought that your life was going a bit too slowly? Have you ever looked at your ministry and said, I'm not doing anything for God, I'm not accomplishing anything, I'm not doing what I wanted to do, you know, I see other people going and doing this and doing that, and I'm not doing anything. Have you ever taken that into your own hands? Have you ever gone ahead and taken up responsibilities, taken up things that you know God didn't give you to do, but yet still you want to do it so you can fulfill your own personal sense of accomplishment, your own personal sense of achievement? Have you ever done that? And have you ever ended up in a situation where because of these things that you've taken up, you end up overwhelmed, you end up confused, you end up not knowing where to go, not being able to handle the things now that God is putting before you and the ministry that He is giving you? Well, today's sunrise is just for you. Today we're going to be talking about the race of life, or the life that God has given us being a race of endurance. In Matthew, Jesus says that the race is not given to the swift or the strong, but he that endures to the end will be saved. And that is a lifelong promise for us. I used to hear it a lot in school, that don't rush your work, it's those who endure to the end, and it's not for the fast, but make sure you do your work properly. But God is saying to us now that this life that we're given, don't be in a rush to accomplish anything in life. If God has not put it before you, wait on God. God is trying to teach us contentment and patience. Patience is a virtue, they always tell me. I don't think that's in the Bible, but patience is a virtue. And I've realized just how valuable patience is in just following God. God does not always, He probably hardly ever works at the same pace that man is used to working at. He works on His own timing. He works on an eternal clock, that He works in a time zone and a timeline that doesn't have a start or end. And He sees the beginning from the end, and He knows all things. He has foreknowledge. He's all powerful, and He does not give in to the rules of man. Now, that's one thing we have to acknowledge if we're going to be living a life that He's leading. If we're going to be allowing Christ to lead us, we can't subject Him to anything that is natural, anything that looks like the right thing according to man and according to man's rules. God works at His own pace, and He knows the pace that each of us need to go. I remember in the Bible when Jesus' friend, his good friend, probably his best friend, I don't know, his friend Lazarus was sick. Lazarus' sisters sent to call Jesus and said, Jesus, you're the great healer. You've healed all these thousands of people. Multitudes have come and you've healed them. Your friend is sick. Please come heal him. Please come see about him. And Jesus went on, and He took His time. He took His time and He went down the road. He healed some more people. He ministered a couple sermons. And eventually when He got there, everybody was saying, Jesus, you're too late. Lazarus is dead. But that didn't faze Him. That didn't shake Him. He knew that he was operating under God's timing. And he knew that God had a purpose for even him not running, not rushing to go save his friend. He knew that God wanted a testimony that we would read about 2,000 years later, that we know that God can raise the dead because Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead. And that's our example today. Don't be perturbed and don't be anxious for anything. Pray about everything because everything is God's. Everything belongs to God. Our very situations in our lives belong to God. So let's not be anxious for anything. Let us be patient and wait on God to do everything in our life. And I mean everything, whether it's relationships, singleness. I know singleness comes up with patience a lot. And that's because we know that we're waiting for, some people say they're waiting for their soulmate, they're waiting for the right one. But let's not rush into anything at all in our life, whether it's career, whether it's family, whether it's just whatever you want to do today, whether it's deadlines. Let's not rush anything, but let us wait on God to do everything in His own timing and according to His own good pleasure. And we will see the rewards of this contentment, of this patience. We always see that, wow, I'm glad I followed God. No one with a right mind or a right heart ever says, I'm so sorry I obeyed God. If I ever disobeyed God, I would have ended up in a right place. I would have been better if I had just disobeyed God. Nothing out of disobedience ever yields anything good. And that's my encouragement for you today. Let us wait on God. Let us run at His pace. Let us let Him be the pacemaker and the pace car in our race. And let us run with patience the race that is set before us. So, my name is Daniel Chen, and this has been Sunrise with Jesus. I want to encourage you all to always, no matter what, no matter how hectic your day ahead may seem, no matter how you think you need every single minute of the day, remember, always have your sunrise with Jesus.
If you enjoyed today's sunrise, continue to rise with us by following our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Sunrise with Jesus. And lastly, visit our website, www.sunrisewithjesus.com. Sunrise with Jesus, as faithful as the sun.